So, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the cast recording project. We're back once again with a new game. This time around we're playing the game Terraria. It's basically a 2D Minecraft kind of style game, but it's a little more complex than Minecraft and has a little bit more stuff in it. So let's just go into a new world here and just kind of randomize our character first, because we have to make a character before anything else. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through till one of the characters doesn't look very stupid, because they all do, as you can see. That one seems fine. We'll call him Cass. And we will load in on Cass, and we need to make a new world, because we're starting from scratch here. I'm gonna show you guys all the things that are in Terraria, and I'm gonna help you guys through the game, give some tips and tricks. We're gonna randomize everything here, and the world name shall be Cass World. So we gotta wait till the world loads in here, and then I'll get to playing the game and entertaining you guys with commentary, while also trying to teach you how the game actually works. So, once again, I want to warn you that there may be swearing in this video and excessive language, so if you don't like that, then don't bother watching. But yeah, let's load it here. Okay, so this is our little spawn kind of area here. We have our guide, Jack, who is, we can give him stuff and kind of just find out what we can craft with different items. And yeah, hold on, let me quickly just change the music volume so you guys have some music to listen to, if you can hear it, that is. 25, there we go. Oops. Yeah, I meant to do that. It's fine. Alright, so, to start off here, we get our base starting weapons. We get a short sword, copper short sword. We get a copper pickaxe, and we got a copper axe. And we don't know where we are or why we're in here, in this weird world, but I'm gonna start by chopping down some trees, which is a great way to start any game, because it's the same way that Minecraft starts. This game is essentially like, as I said, like a 2D Minecraft, and the two of them are kind of related. There is more or less an unspoken agreement that they just both exist at the same time, and they don't claim to copy each other. But yeah, I'm just gonna help guide you guys through the basics of the game here. So first, after we get some wood, we can make a workbench, which is going to be like our main little kind of crafting station. So we can go through all this. We can make some wooden armor first of all, because it's better than not having armor at all. And we could make a wooden sword, which will be better than our copper short sword. And we can basically just put that in the little trash icon here, and it'll be gone. So let's make a wooden sword real quick. Just quickly grab some more wood. So, there is quite a few differences between this game and Minecraft, actually. First of all, you have much more inventory space than Minecraft does. You have all sorts of weird functions that you can do, like you have a map, which you can pull up with tab to get like this little overview. Then you can press it again to get this kind of overview in the back here, where you can see the little characters and everything. And you can press it again to just make it disappear altogether. Another difference is Terraria, as opposed to Minecraft, has money in it. So you get these copper coins, and eventually you get silver coins, then gold coins, and then finally platinum coins. And everything that's on the ground is destructible. You can, like, pick it up and kill creatures and horribly dismember them in terrible ways if you want to do that. I more or less did that by accident. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna grab this tree full of wood here, and then we're gonna start mining. So, we see that we have some basic ores here. This is some lead ore. There is many more to find in the world, and I'll show you all of those once we find a cave. And there is a golden bunny. I will kill him to make him disappear. Anyway, let me just go try to find a cave. Yeah, here we go. So, the first thing you want to do on Terraria is get yourself some torches and not be stupid like I did. To craft torches, you need to get slime, which you get by killing slime. And then with these torches, you can go into a cave and find ores. The most important thing to do in Terraria is caving for new ores and stuff, because you want as much new stuff as possible, because the game picks up in difficulty quite early on. So let's just dig through here and open this little pot that we just saw there and get some more torches, which is always something that's kind of neat. Initially, I can give you guys a tip to mine quicker, because as I said, mining is quite important. If you want to kind of free mine, so like mine any block, like that one up there, or that one, or this one down here. Oh, there's a slime attacking me. A moment. You just kind of hit it. However, if you'd like to go in like a straight line and not get away from, like, say you were holding your pickaxe up here, like, you can't mine anything up there, you have to actually hover over the block. However, if you want to instead mine in a straight line, you can press Control, which will slightly change the shape of the cursor. And you see it has like this little yellow box now. So now you can just kind of hold it down. You don't even need to be aiming in... You just need to be aiming in sort of the general direction, and you'll be able to just kind of dig through here. So that's a little tip that you guys can watch out for. It also works for placing blocks, like this. So yeah, that's a little cool hint for you guys immediately. Additionally, what you can do is you can lock certain items to basically, or favorite them if you will, to basically make it so that you can't delete them in this little trash can box thing, and so you can't, so they won't get automatically put into chests when you do like the quick stack option over here, or you sort your inventory. To do that, you need to hold Alt and hover over the item. A little star will appear, and then you can like click it, and you can see that now my wooden sword is locked, so now I can't, well, I can delete it if I drag it over there, but it won't get like auto-deleted if I press shift and try to click on it, because that is how you auto-delete items like stone or something. So that's a little tip for you guys. And yeah, that cave that I was just in did not have a lot of really anything, so I'm gonna keep exploring and just kill these slimes real quick. So we got some basic ore so far, some lead and some platinum, nothing really extremely fancy, nothing that's really complex or anything yet, but the game does pick up in pace. In the second episode, I'll show you what a late to end game character, so a character that has beaten the main boss and everything looks like, and we'll explore that a little further. So, another thing is, early you want to try to get some mushrooms, because what mushrooms can do is heal you when you eat them. So I could, like, eat it, and then I'll get healed for 15 HP, as you just saw, but my HP is full, so I didn't really need to get healed at all. But, regardless, mushrooms are everywhere, and really early on, they are a good source of, like, a tiny burst of health. But you have to be careful, because as soon as you use a healing item like a mushroom or something, you will get the potion sickness debuff, which means you cannot consume any more healing items. So you'll have to wait for about a minute till you can use another healing item. Anyway, let's move on. I see some more basic ore down here, which I'm gonna grab, and this is tin, one of the most common ores, and the starting one you'll be using, so to say. So, I didn't quite make that jump, but it is alright, because one of the little things that we saw gave us some rope, which we can place, and then if we hold up, we can kind of travel upwards. I can keep building this. So I can jump back out and continue mining some of these ores here. So this first episode is probably gonna be nothing special. It's just gonna be me explaining what you should do at the start, how you should do it, what you should try to go for, and what you should try and find, and everything. And it's getting kind of late here, which is bad, because at night there's zombies and floating eyeballs, and we don't want to deal with that. But we may have to if we want to keep exploring here. So, also, if you want a bigger map as opposed to this small version of it, you can press M, and you can kind of just sort of drag along the map there. And it's a bigger version of the small one. Anyway, let me just quickly check out this biome over here. So this is the desert, it seems. And I should not be going here, because there are some quite challenging enemies, as you can see. This sand slime over here really wants a piece of my ass, but I will not let him have it. Now, even the challenging enemies you can deal with as long as you don't get hit too much. However, I just don't want to be in the general area of the desert. So yeah, as you can see, there's different types of enemies. And with the more tough the type of enemy is, the more damage they'll do, and the more money they'll give. So we have 1 silver coin now, which is cool. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more wood, and then I'm going to build a house, because I do not want zombies to come and eat my face off. That is something that I'd like to avoid. So I need to find the guide, because he is quite important, and I want to have him survive for as long as possible. And I'm gonna build a little house over here, a little hut, and hope that he cooperates and comes in here. Now, if you build the house correctly, you can also have NPCs like this guy move into said house and have them live there, which is a neat little thing, because then they will be safe, usually, from most kinds of damage, and you'll be able to access them at any time if you need to. So, I believe to make this guy feel comfortable, we need to put down a table or a workbench. We need to put down a chair where he can sit on, and you'll have all these recipes for crafting unlocked immediately. You just simply need the right tools to build them. Then we're going to need a door that I cannot place because there is a little thing in the way there. And I need to fill this place up with walls, which are up here. So let me just get a couple of those. And just kind of build around here. this space behind me with walls so that our guide can move in. And lastly, you're going to need a light source. I believe that that is everything that is needed for suitable housing. If you want to check if this housing is suitable, you can do so by pressing the housing button, which is over here next to your equipment. And actually, I should equip that armor that I made. So we can check if we can't move this guy in here. So he's now moved in. Usually they'll do this automatically. I don't know why he didn't do it, but he didn't, so whatever. And we're just gonna have to kind of close the door here and wait out the night. Because we do not want to get eaten by zombies. Or these floating demon eyes. However, I can kill these guys for money. And I will heal now because I'm quite low HP. Now, important to note, zombies can indeed break down doors, but it's an easy fix if you just, like, place a little block there, because eventually they just won't be able to get in because of this little block, basically. You see, he's knocking at the door, he's trying to break it down, and yeah, he can't. It won't budge. I can open it, if I choose to, but again, he's stuck on the outside and he can't really get in. And me and Jack the guide are safe. So, let's press the crafting button here and see what we can craft with the things that we have. So anything that is marked as material, you see here it says torch, the number of the item, if it can be placed or not, or if it's a weapon or something. If it's a material, meaning it can be turned into something more later on, or combined into a different item, and what it kind of does. So you can see here, for example, rope is a material, torches are materials, tin and all the different ores are materials, gel is a material, stone blocks are materials, all sorts of things are materials. So, for example, if we take the torch here and we put it into this little place here, which will show us the different things, we can craft different types of torches. Like we can make ice torches, which have blue fire if we combine torches and ice. Demon torches if we combine a torch and obsidian. Cursed torches, ichor torches, rainbow torches. I have no idea how you get a rainbow brick, but yeah. Blue, red, green, yellow, purple, white, and orange torches. We can turn it into a campfire if we choose to. We can turn it into a Molotov cocktail if we choose to. Flaming arrows, a Chinese lantern, a tiki torch, a lamppost, all sorts of things. The list just goes on and 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 I think you get the point. So yeah. And since I've done such a good job at trapping these zombies here, I'm actually going to open the door and I'm gonna try to beat them to come down here if I can. I believe they are going away now because it's day soon. So I think I can get this wood block now. Up, they are coming back, but it's fine. I can fight them. If the guide were so nice to help me. Thank you, guide. Very kind. Let's just eat another mushroom here and heal ourselves. And kill this zombie. Now, one more tip that I have for you guys is weapons and these tools as well as your armor all come with different sort of rolls and different enchantments. So this one is a base weapon, which so it does not have anything, but it can come as like a legendary version, which just does a whole bunch of more shit, and the tools can also come as legendaries, or it could come as a broken version, which would give it negative bonuses, and you can reforge it to give you different bonuses later on. And yeah, it gets pretty crazy. Also, I will briefly explain these three little bars here and what all of this kind of means. So, the camera mode is nothing really important, it's kind of sort of boring. The housing is how you see her housing, which I explained before. This row is for dyes, so this is where you will dye your armor to give it different colors and to make it look different. This row is for social items, which basically means you can put any sort of item in here, and I could put like a high level armor looking piece on this slot and give the appearance of and turn my pants into that, but without the statistics, so it only looks like that, basically. And this slot is your armor and your accessories, which provide little bonuses to you. And obviously they can also be dyed and customized, kind of. And lastly, if you press this little hook icon, you go to your equipment, which can also be dyed once again, and you will have a pet, which is a little thing that follows you around. You'll have a light pet, which can provide light sources, so you don't have to carry around torches all the time. A minecart, which will allow you to travel fast on rails. A mount, which will allow you to travel fast in general. And a grappling hook, which will allow you to kind of slingshot your way up to a building that you built, or slingshot your way up to a big tree if you see one, all sorts of different things. So yeah, that explains these three little slots. So as you can see, this game is a little more complex and has a little more stuff in it than Minecraft does. Minecraft is pretty basic if you compare it to this game, actually. Despite the graphics being much, much better, because this game is just 2D. But anyway, the music changed, which means it is now day, and demon eyes and zombies will no longer spawn, so we can once again go exploring and find some more interesting stuff. So, oops, sorry, didn't mean to accidentally tab out there. Let's go exploring in this general direction, because we have not been here yet. And I can grab this tin ore. And if all else fails, I'll dig deeper into that cave to kick us off here a little bit. So there's just some natural ridges here. As you can see, this world seems to be quite a mystical and magical place almost, because the background and everything has like, it's like this huge world, and later on you get into places where there's floating islands and all kinds of weird stuff going on. And it gets pretty crazy, but since we were just in the starting area, it just looked like a basic kind of little, what would you even call it, biome, I guess, with just some trees and some little mountains in the background. Anyway, here we are in the snow biome, which is the second biome that you come to, usually, and it's a little tougher in the enemies than the first little zone, but still pretty easy nonetheless. And now we got something quite interesting. We got a healing potion, which will restore 50 health instead of the 15 from our mushrooms. So this is your healing source early on. And another tip that I can give you guys is, when you're playing this game, you see you have a little mana bar to cast all sorts of spells, which you can get later on, and you have a life bar. Both of these can be increased, so you can find items and materials that will increase these, and little little accessories that increase these values by actually quite a lot. I believe the maximum life you can have without any accessories on is 500, and the maximum mana without any accessories, I believe, is 200. So you can still get pretty high amounts of both health and mana, even if you don't have any accessories that boost them. And also, with the different types of armor you wear, like I'm wearing wood armor, you get an up in defense. If you are in the end game range of armor and accessories, you'll usually have around maybe 90 defense. 100 is already pretty high, so that does not change as much as the health and mana, obviously, but changes nonetheless. So, let's just keep exploring the little snow area here. Let's just find our way through. Kill some of these ice slimes and see a penguin over there. Interesting move there. This ice slime is actually doing quite a bit of damage. Also, every now and then enemies will drop little hearts, which replenish 20 health. So, that's always a nice little thing to see. Okay, so we can swim up here and break these pots, which will have items in them. You just kind of have to walk through them and swing your sword at them. And we got shurikens, which is also a nice little early weapon. It's basically throwing stars. I'll demonstrate in a moment once I find enemies, like that purple slime over there. So you can see that you just kind of throw them at enemies and they do damage. And if you're lucky, they fall on the ground, you can pick them back up. So now we're in quite a dangerous biome. This is the Crimson. There is two types of these biomes. These biomes are basically the main, the main bad zone, which is the corruption that's basically trying to take over the world and spread its reach, and it'll have some disgusting enemies like that thing over there, and you'll constantly be kind of trying to contain this kind of spread of this biome and this corruption to the world. So as you can see, they actually do quite a little bit of damage, the enemies in this zone. So let me just quickly take care of this guy and then leave as fast as I can, because I do not feel like fighting this. Back to the ice biome, which is a little safer at least. So yeah, there's two types of these kind of corrupting biomes. Oh, there's another one. Ugh, he is disgusting looking. Die, please. Oh gosh, he is quite tough actually. Okay, I'll have to kill him this way. Yeah, as I said, there's two types of these biomes essentially. The one we were just in is the Crimson, the red variant, and there is also a purple variant, the Corruption. So, yeah. And there's a giant spider that is now trying to eat me up, and I might actually die here, so I'm gonna have to use a lesser healing potion to get a lot of my health back. And he can climb on walls. That is weird. So yeah, as you can see, with the further you progress, the game picks up in difficulty rapidly. Like, that guy was able to kill me in about 5 hits, despite me having 100 health. And that is like the 3rd biome, and that biome has like the 2nd boss maybe that you'll fight, maybe even the 1st boss sometimes. So yeah, the game, it gets difficult as time moves on. So, just tabbed out again. Ugh, annoying. But yeah, that's basically all that I kind of wanted to show you guys today. I just wanted to give you some early tips in case you want to play this game. Give you some little hints to just improve your life and your experience within this game. make it a little easier for you guys to get started. Just kind of remember that caving is a very important part, and you want to try and store money in chests or something if you can, because it's used for a lot of things later on, and if you lose it, you don't lose any items, you just lose the money, but it's still kind of unfortunate if you do, because it becomes quite important. But yeah, this was just to guide you guys in the basics of Terraria and give you guys a few tips, have you guys get started. And as I said, next video I'll explore some more complex worlds with you guys. Like, I have one world which I've basically fully played through and beaten the last boss multiple times and have all this stupidly ridiculous awesome equipment that I can show you guys. And yeah, I'll show that off, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But that does it for this video and for the first episode of Terraria here. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.